All right, time to help you make some more money with the second idea of the day, Silicon Motion. Silicon Motion, they make microcontrollers, integrated circuits now. They have two things, NAND flash and also a specialty RF integrated circuits for mobile devices. That's radio frequency. You know I love. When you hear RF, your ears should perk up. It's a big moneymaker now. In fact, business for these guys, absolutely great, getting better. Second quarter sales are up 35%. Gross margins, get this, 52.2 from 48.6 from a year ago. Operating margins, 23.5 from 16.7. That's huge, guys, huge. Now, the company enjoyed its highest mobile storage revenue in history, and all top 10 non-Apple smartphone makers are customers. That's up from 8 in the preceding quarter, and the pipeline of new clients and design wins are absolutely big. The stock breaks out from a double top through 25. We were almost there today. From there, I think it has a straight shot to 28, and then my target is north of 30. Dani, I know you don't like chasing the breakouts, but you gotta like this a little bit.
I do like it a little bit, and it's really weird, Charles, because both of your calls today I actually liked and agree with. And I think that the interesting thing for me here is that two things. Number one, they're hiring aggressively. That is a great, great indicator of growth. They're hiring engineers. They don't have enough. They're turning down business because they don't have enough engineers to build their business. And secondly, you know, this is an addressable market that's growing dramatically. People want things faster in terms of their smartphone. They want it faster. They want it quicker. They want lower power, and they want it all at a lower cost.
And I like the idea of not trying to pick what's going to be the hottest phone today or tomorrow. You know what I mean, Heath? Like, you know, if you play the Apple Samsung game, sometimes you don't know who's going to have the hottest thing because the consumer is fickle. We do know one thing. They're going to keep buying cell phones.
Absolutely.
Or smartphones.
What I like about this company, its ability to scale, what Dani was saying, it just is able to scale. We don't talk about that a lot, but when a business is able to scale so quickly and capitalize on the growth, they're expected to grow 15% into 2015. That shows me that they are able to really kind of get a handle on the revenues and expand quickly.
This has everything going for it. It's in a hot sector, it's undervalued, it has growth, and it pays a 3.3% dividend in this type of sector. Is very strange for me. And I love this chart. I don't think you have to wait for the breakout. It's been consolidating for about 6 weeks. This is perfect because the market's been pulling back and this has been going sideways. That's very popular.
Man, I love these three. Even though you guys voted for the wussification of foreign policy in America, you're spot on today when it comes to the stock market.
But doesn't that make you nervous that they all agree with you? Somebody's missing something.
No, it just means they're invited back tomorrow.
One thing that caught my attention is you said all top 10 of the non-iOS smartphones are working with them, up from 8, so that's fantastic. We always talk about market share. That's a really good sign here.
It really is. It really is. I feel pretty good about this one. I've talked about it a lot. Of course, it could be fickle, like any of these technology names, but I think it's on the cusp of a major, major breakout.
And technology changes quite dramatically. You know, they went through a big change. They had to pivot in 2013 because their market changed dramatically. So look for more of that to happen in the future. And companies like this that can pivot well, once
earnings took a hit last year on that too.
I remember. Well, the moral of the story is don't be afraid to take profits if you're holding technology. Hey, I've got to give a shout out today to scientists at the University of Central Florida and Alex Spring, the little boy that used a 3D printer to make a prosthetic arm. Alex was born without an arm, and his family's insurance company, well, they didn't cover prosthetic limbs for children, and the Pring family couldn't afford a $40,000 bill to get one. So after hearing the story, a grad student at UCF started working on a prototype, and after just a couple of fittings in a few weeks, Alex, he has his new arm. Guess how much it cost? $350. Tracy, this is more impressive than that crab story.
I know, the little hermit crab whose shell they created with 3D printer, which I have to tell you, I have hermit crabs in my house now.
Did you see when this kid hugged his mommy for the first time?
This is a tearjerker, and you could sense, as a mother, the woman's emotions. First, she wants to burn down the building of the insurance company when they say, we're not going to pay for your son's arm. And then she gets herself out there, and she signs up with this company called Enable, and she puts herself out there, and she does all this stuff to try to find someone to help her, like desperate times, and bam, this kid's got this arm. He hugged his mother. I cried.
Yeah, beautiful.
I really thought it was beautiful when we were talking about, you know, these technological marvels, and if you can't see the price point coming down from $40,000 to $350 for this family, I mean, tearjerker for sure, and also a fantastic story.
You know, I'm in a couple of these 3D stocks. except for one, I'm getting waxed pretty good right now. Do you like 3D, Dani?
It's definitely at its early stages, I think, right now. I mean, but I think that, you know,
But do you
within
think it will
5
ever
years,
live up to the hype? Because we had a
Yes,
guy on Barney from
absolutely.
the Journal, from Barron's, who said it was nothing more than a Play-Doh factory. I think that guy is so
That's
off base.
ridiculous.
I disagree because, you know, manufacturing has been using 3D for a very long
Right.
time, and now it's come down to the consumer side. It needs to mature a lot, I think, to find applicable applications where some things like this can be scaled. But what a great society we are building, where these things can come together so quickly and change lives.
But you know what's strange? I'm hearing it. We've talked about this MakerBot deal that Stratasys has where
Right.
they're selling the printers in Home Depot. This is crazy, but decorators
Yes.
are buying these printers and making things that they can't find to put in the people's homes that they're decorating.
I was just going to say, I ordered some shelves that were made by 3D printers, and they look amazing. I'll have to bring in pictures for it. It's really becoming just part of the masses. I mean, not just with Home Depot, but you know, just from decorators to
Right.
doctors to
Amazing.
yeah.
I love it. I think it's going to change manufacturing dramatically.